Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So, there is a massive saying, isn't there? Those that pick bottoms get smelly fingers, and my fingers must stink because I'm trying to find the bottom for you. And the price action here for Bitcoin, there's a lot of indicators that are pointing to last month being the low. Not necessarily the price action, but the time frame. Okay, and the fact that on the weekly time frame there, you was printing a lot of signals. But is it confirmation? Are you actually going to put in a low? Is that it? Are we done? We're putting a low and right now we're building a base on it. It would be great to think that, and sort of hold that low going forward. And we could say, okay, well, yeah, it was that week. It was the low in June and that's it. But there's absolutely zero guarantee. So like I said to you, what we need to do is see confirmation of that going forward. So there's like precursors to that being the bottom. Like most importantly, obviously, is holding that low and accumulating on that low and building a base, a foundation in which you start to break out and come back up. And then you've got confirmation that that was your low, basically. So obviously that's simple to look at in price action. But there are certain things in charts and on indicators that you can sort of look at that give sort of precursors to that, sort of a crystal ball, so to speak, looking glass into the future. That, okay, you're printing a bottom and you're breaking out of a key level resistance and you're confirming that bottom. Obviously, the most important thing is here, let's not get disillusioned, it's the price action. So we need the price action to confirm that June low that we put in anticipation of the bottom being that specific week as well. Not necessarily the price, okay, because those that pick bottoms get smelly fingers, but it's just the time frame there that I was looking at. And right now we're sort of holding it, aren't we? We're coming back to it. It's getting boring, it's getting sluggish, and people expecting us to roll and come down lower. But if we start to do something in the charts here for Bitcoin, on the monthly time frame, most importantly, you got a looking glass here. You got a precursor to the fact, okay, that specific time when you did that was a low. And even if Bitcoin does roll and loses this month, okay, and loses that low, then obviously that low's out the window and it's invalidated. Like I said to you, anything can happen. But what we do need to see is obviously hold the low, build a foundation, start to come up. Now, what's the precursor to saying that was the low? Obviously the price action, and secondly, just this here, you see this is called a Williams percent range indicator. You can get into your charts by going to indicators, type in Williams percent range just there and drop it into your charts, and you can see historically whenever Bitcoin has been here, it's basically a variant of the RSI. Whenever Bitcoin has been really oversold at the bottom, okay, really oversold and broken out of a key level resistance, a trend line, it's always signified the bottom a month prior to that, basically. So you break this resistance a month after you've put the bottom in. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right there? So right now you can see, if I zoom in here for Bitcoin, you can see we are literally retesting that level of resistance once more. Now, does it mean that Bitcoin can't do this in the price action and roll and come down and this gets rejected and comes down again and does something like that further down the line? Of course not. But what we've got here is a little bit of confluence in the sense that we had 1, 2, 3, 1, you could say 2 and 3 tests of resistance. We've got 1, 2, and right now we're on the third test of resistance, for Bitcoin. Now, is it going to break it? Who knows? Absolutely zero guarantees. But what I'm trying to say to you is that whenever you start to see Bitcoin break this level of resistance and start to do something like that, history is telling us that is your bottom, basically, okay? And, absolutely zero guarantees to that, but I'm just trying to find any indicators that can tell us, okay, well, the bottom's in, and we're getting confirmation before the price action obviously validates that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right there? So that's basically Bitcoin, we're looking to just sit on your hands. Me personally, like I said to you, I bought at that point a few weeks ago in June because it was pointing to that being the low. I didn't go all in with my life savings, but what I'm looking for is if we can get the monthly close above this killer resistance at some point in time, that for me would be an amazing entry point, because you're confirming, you're adhering to historical data right there in the charts, and it's the charts that tell you the news, okay, not the news. The charts scream the facts, and I know everyone's expecting some kind of oblivion here. You're going to have a meltdown doing something like that, and we've got massive bearish engulfing candles and things like that, and we're losing the EMAs, which is not a good thing. I'll be honest with you, this is not a good thing. This is why I don't want to hang around down there for too long, because if we do start to hang down there for too long and do something like this, you can see all this is going to get invalidated and roll into the depths, basically, and then obviously we're going to start dragging these EMAs over our shoulders and creating death crosses, which is not a good thing on a monthly time frame. You do not want to see that, because that could be a precursor to a pre-long bear market. So I'm just trying to say to you, historical data is telling us fantastic entry point when it did that, fantastic entry point when it did that. So if it does it again, You know, all I'm saying to you is that it could potentially be a fantastic entry point for you. So, you know, if you don't necessarily want to time this bottom, or you don't necessarily want to get, you know, smelly fingers or catch a falling knife, just wait for this particular scenario to play out. So I've told you what the indicator is. Please get it into your charts. I will keep you updated as best as I can, you know, but historically right now, looking at the price action for Bitcoin on many, many indicators, it is in the floor, basically. But is there any guarantees that it's not going to stay in the floor, come up eventually? Absolutely none, okay? But, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, duty to you is trying to find data here in the bottom for you. So you enjoyed that little update. I will be back tomorrow with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.